had already discussed, but again I will explain that piece of this code. So what I want to discuss today. So what is the difference between this? Okay, so static class I already discussed, but again I will go through this. This is the piece of line of the code. Just mute in your side. Anyone is just mute in your side. Some voice is coming because of network problem. Okay, so how it will work? Okay, could you mute in your side? I don't know who is this. Just mute in your side. So we have already seen, right? Asrita, just mute in your side, okay? Asrita, oh yes, okay, thank you. So this is a string and you have to differentiate with this string. So how to differentiate? So yesterday we had already discussed. So when you are writing, when you are creating an object with the new keyword, then one object will create in heap area and SCP area. When we create an object with the new keyword, okay, so one object will create in SAP heap and SAP both. So you can see what the now I have created one object. So one object is created here and one object is created here. So S1 will point here. This is your S1 and this is your Java, and same content we have a Java. Okay, so new keyword means it will create an object. One object will create in heap and one object will create in SAP, but S1 will point in heap area only. Again, if you will create object S2, I am going to create with the new keyword, then what happen? This, here one object will create it and it will point here S2, but in the SAP it will check any object is there with the same content or not. It's already there, so duplicates object won't be create in SCP area. Again I am going to create this S5. You can see the object is a different object with new keyword, but content is same. So one object will create here, but we have a Java only, right? We have a Java. This is your S5, but it won't will create another object because this content is the same. This content is the same. So if there is, if any same content or same data is there inside this string, so new object won't be created in SAP, but in heap area it will create. You can see I have created one object that is called a string literal. So a string literal, where it will create in SAP area, but it will already check any existing object is there with same data or content or not. Yes, you can see already it is created, so this S3 will point here. Again you can see I am going to create one more object S4, but this is the string literals, right? So again it will check any new object is there or not, existing object is there or not with the same content. It is there, so it will point only for this one. So this is your S4. So like that, if you are string as new string, this is your Java. Okay, so now I have changed this data, right? I have changed this data. Then what happened? here no object, so again here one object is created. We have a Java. Okay, so this S111 will point here and one more object will create, because the data is changed, right? This is here. Okay, so if you will create another object S22 Selenium, so this object will create inside this SAP only. Then we have a different data, then one object will create here in SAP Selenium, right? I think you got this concept, not a big deal. Okay, so it will point here S22, it will point here S22. If you are creating S33 new string Selenium, same content I'm going to create here. Then what happens? New means one object will create inside this heap area. This S33 will point here. This is your Selenium, right? This is your Selenium. It will point S33 here, but already same content is there, so it won't be created in the SAP area. Okay, so like that this concept is working. So whenever we are using new operator, compulsory a new object will be created in heap area. Okay, hence there may be a chance to existing object with the same content in the heap area, but not in SAP area. Means duplicates object are not possible in heap. Okay, heap area not duplicates object are possible in the heap but not in SAP area. If just what is the conclusion of this? If you have a same object, same data present inside this object, so existing object will be reused in the SAP area. If you have a same object, okay, if you are creating the object by using the new keyword with the same content, then new object always will create. Got it, right? So this is the one concept. Okay, all the concept of the string is different. Okay, so this is the one concept, and now I'm going to discuss another concept, so don't confuse this. Okay, so here this is the different concept, and I'm going to explain the different concept. We should not confuse this. Okay, so this operation is different. Here we have a different operation. Okay, so I am doing some changes here and modification here. So we'll follow same concept. Okay, not a big deal, but little bit this concept is different. So we have heap and we have SAP. Heap and SAP. Okay, so now what happened? This is their new keyword, then one object is created here, one object is created here. We have a Selenium, right? Java, and this is also Java. Okay, so we have a S1 will point here. Okay, so S1 will point here. This is S1, right? Now I'm going to concat this. S1 will point here. So this concat means this is called constant. So what happens when you will use this? This is happen in the runtime. So if just for your understanding purpose, this is the constant. When you will use this any operation, means any method, then what happens here? This constant by default will created this object Selenium. Okay, Okay, this object will created, but we are going to concat with s1 dot, you know, s1 dot concat selenium. After concating, this object will create here. Okay, in the SAP, after concating, this object will create in heap area. Okay, so here we have a Java Selenium. Okay, this is your Java Selenium is concatenated here, and this one will point this one. What happened? Okay, this one will point here. So again, you can say again I'm going to use this concat. So this constant will create in SAP SQL. Okay, so this is your SQL. You guys are not able to hear me? You guys are able to hear me or not? Hello? You guys are able to hear me, right? Hello? You guys are able to hear me? Oh. Mm. Okay, so what I was discussing. I was discussing this. Okay, I will come on this again. So this is the different concept, so don't relate with the previous one. So we are performing the different operation. Okay, so let's see. We'll discuss 1 and 2 code. You guys able to understand what I'm going to do. So what happened here? Just same, we have a one object will create in heap and one object will create in SAP. So here we have a Java and we have a Java. This is the optional, and S1 will point here. S1 will point here. Okay, so now we have a, I'm going to concat here. That is called constants for your understanding purpose, or you can tell this method. So what happens when you will try to modify this, concating this, or you are using any operation, then one object will be created in SAP area. Okay, this object will create in SAP area whatever you are going to concat or whatever the operation you are going to use. Okay, not only concat. Okay, so now this will create, but it won't be point here. S1 dot Java. So what happened after concating this? This is your Java Selenium. Okay, so S1 will point here now. S1 will point here. This one. Okay, S1 will point here now. So now we have a one more this S2. Inside this S2 again I'm going to concate. So again what happened? One object will create here. Sorry. one object will create here. We have a SQL. Okay, SQL. Okay, so again I'm going to concat h2 dot. So h2 we have a what? Your Java SQL. Okay, so this is your h2 now. This is your h2. Now again, s1 dot concat. So again we have a, you can see, don't confuse this. Okay, so this is h2. Again I am going to modify this data. So if any modification or any method is there, why this is going to happen? Because of runtime, when this object is created by the JVM. Okay, so we have a manual here. Okay, so manual. Okay, now again I am going to concat here s1 Java manual. Java manual, here it is Java manual. Okay, so now you can see I change this, I store this inside this s1. So what happened? It won't be point this here, s1 is pointing here. Okay, so if you will print this s1 s2, okay, so let's see what the output is coming. Okay, so s1 is coming here. We'll go through this diagram, not this. Okay, so here s1 is coming your Java. Okay, s1 is coming Java manual, right? This Java manual, and s2 is coming your Java SQL. So if you will get like that code and you have to find this output, just apply like that. Okay, same concept apply how we have done this. Okay, so let's we have another code. So what I have written here, how it is going to happen for every string constants. Constant means this one. Okay, so every string constant, one object will placed in SCP area. Second, because of some runtime operation, if an object is required to create, that object will be placed only in heap area but not in SAP area. So this constants object will be created in SAP area, but after operation, this modification, this object will create in the heap area. Okay, so same thing I have written here. So let's try with another code. So we have another code. Okay, same, just I change this value for your once going to repeat with same concept. So might you guys are able to understand. So we'll take the another page of this print. Okay, so you guys will tell how it is working. Okay, so now we have a heap and we have SAP. So what happened? Same concept, we did not change anything, just I have changed this content of this string, that's it. Then new means object will create in both sides, right? In heap and in a string, in heap and SAP. So this is your string and this is your string. So it will point here s1, it will point s1. Okay, so now this is fine, right? So again what happened, this constant, so constant one object will create here. So what is the string summer? Okay, so let's delete. Okay, so now again I'm going to concat this. So after concatenating this or changing this modification, this will create inside this set. Okay, so what is this? A spring summer, right? Spring summer. Okay, so this is the string, right? A spring summer, a spring summer. So here we have this value is your s1. Okay, so now again I'm going to concat. So we have a one more constant, so this constant value will create here. Okay, so we have a winter, right? Winter. So this value, this object will create here. Okay, so again I'm going to concat this fall. Okay, so here after concating this, so we have a winter and no s1 dot right, a spring winter, spring winter. Okay, so this is s2, right? This is your s2. But again I am going to do modification this fall. So again what happened, one object will create here fall. Okay, so again what I did here, concat this s1 dot the spring fall. Here it will come here a string fall, and I store in the s1 variable spring fall, right? Concat s1 dot a spring fall. Okay, so this I store again, in s1. Okay, so this one your s1 and s2 value will execute this spring fall and a spring winter, right? A spring fall and a spring winter. So this is your s1 and this is your s2. If you will get code like that, you have to find this output, just follow this steps, so you will get correct output. Okay, inside this string we have a many constructor. Okay, so when we are creating an object, so this is called your empty string object. So if you will go inside this documentation, we have many things. Java documentation. So you have a many constructor inside this string, but I'm going to just will check with some important one. Okay, so you can see we have this constructor, right? These are the constructor for that thing we are going to discuss. So whatever the important things is there, we'll discuss here. Okay, so these are the constructor. Okay, so you can pass here literal also. Create a string object on the heap for the given string literal. So we can also pass here literals. I'll tell you some of the website is there, you can do the practice for all this code. So here we can pass a string buffer also, create an equivalent string object for giving the string buffer. Here we can pass the char type of an array. Okay, so we have some inbuilt function. So this is the one code I'm going to use this. I'm not going to copy just this one. So we have a character, this array, this is char type of an array. How to convert into the string? So this is your char type of an array. I have created this object of the string and passing this reference here. So what happened, this character type of an array will convert into the string format. So we'll get this string value ABCD. Okay, so this comes inside this constructor, right? This constructor. Okay, so some important methods are there for a string. So we have a caret. So return the character locating the specified index. So what is the use of caret? So we will get the specified index value. So you can see we have this string type caret. I want to get this index, 3 index. Okay, 3 index will start from 0. So 0 1 2 3. So what the value will come? A. Okay, one more thing, just comment this. So caret will, if you will specify the index, that character will get it. If I'm going to change this one, then what the value will come? The value will come only A, because this is going to start from 0 1. Okay, just change this. Now 0 1 2. So we'll get V, right? So this caret is working like that. And we have a concat. How to concat this string? So the overloaded and plus operator. So by using this plus operator, we can also perform the concatenation. Okay, so let's see how to concat this. So we have a method called concat. So by using this concat method, we can concat this string also. So let's wait 1 second. Okay, so just I'm going to concat this Java Selenium. So if you will, okay, this is concated. I'm going to concat by using this plus operator also. So if you will use this plus operator, okay, same we have mentioned here. Okay, both are same. So it will concat all this value from starting to ending. So by using this plus operator, we can concat, right? Java, Selenium, SQL and manual. Okay, so this is how this concat is working. We have a equal ignore case. So what is the use of this equal ignore case? So to compare the content compulsory where case is not important. So I'll tell you what is the difference between equals and equals ignore case methods. So we have a 2 methods for comparing this content. Okay, so first we'll go this equals. So you can see we have a method, we have a Java and capital Java. So equals method will return true if both content are same. Okay, but here you can see we have a different content. So what happened? It will return false because it is returning the false. But equal ignore case, it is ignoring this case. This is the capital and this is the small. So by using this equal ignore case, it will ignoring this case of this string. Okay, so equal ignore case just ignoring this case. So that's why it is coming false and this is coming true. This is the another method. We have one more method called substring. So return substring from being index to end of the index. There are two types, substring is there. Okay, so one is your one parameter and one is your another parameter. So return substring from being index from end -1. So let's see how it will work. If you will do this practice for changing this value, then you are able to understand this all this inbuilt method. So not a big deal. So how this is working, right? We'll come on this. So just it will return your substring value. So here you can see it is working like the index. So 0 1 2 3. Okay, from 3 index it is returning all this value, right? So this is your how this substring is working. If I'm going to change this to, okay, so now just 0 1 2. So from here we will get all this value. You can see, right? If we will make it 4 0 1 2 3 4, then what the value will come? So you know how this substring is working, right? So from here we are getting all this value, right? We have a one more method called same method, but here we are passing two value. So here we'll see how it is going to work. So 2 I have mentioned, right? 0 1 2 from here, and just do this minus. Okay, whatever the value you are giving here, end value, a start value 0 1 2 minus, you can see this string will come. So like that this server string is working from second one. Okay, start and end value. Okay, just change this value and try in your side. You guys able to understand, not a big deal. Okay, so we have a length method. How to find the length of the string? So represent number of character inside this string. So by using this length methods, so in Java we have a length variable also. Okay, so length variable is used to find the length of array. Okay, so we have one more question, but what is the difference between length method and length variable? So length variable we will not use here. Here we have a length method. By using this length variable we find the length of an array. Okay, but a string we have a method called length. Okay, so that's why this, so we have to remember this. Method we have a parenthesis, right? But here there is no parenthesis. Method we have a parenthesis, but here there is no parenthesis. So this is the difference between this. So length variable applicable for array but not for a string object, whereas length method applicable for a string but not for array. Okay, so we have one more method called, that is called replace. So how to replace this value? Okay, so this will replace this value. Okay, in place of a, going to replace this, we have a two parameter, old and new. Okay, so in place of a, it is replacing, b. All this value is replaced, right? You can see we have a is replaced with b. So whatever the value you want to replace, just put on here, and whatever the existing character is there, just you have to put on there, right? So that's it. That is the thing. Like we have a b and replacing with the e. All in place of b, it is now e, right? So how, like that this replace is working. We have a lowercase, two lowercase and two uppercase. Okay, so this method will discuss in the coming session. So nothing but it is a uppercase is there, it is converted into the lowercase. If any uppercase is there, it will convert into the lowercase, and if any lowercase is there, it will convert into the uppercase. Okay, coming session will discuss this. We have another concept with a string. We have a trim, one more method called trim method, to remove the blank space and being and end of the string, but not in the middle. Okay, so if you will get like that a string and you have to remove spaces, but we have to think like this spaces is there in left and right. Okay, then it will trim this spaces. Okay, some of the, so all this type of the question might be they can ask in the interview. Okay, how to remove this. So we have an index of. So what is the use of this index of? Return index of the first occurrence of the specified character. Okay, so it will return the G. So it will return the first occurrence, return the index of the first occurrence of a specified character. So I'll show you. Okay, so G, so it will return this index value. Okay, so if we have a one more G here, then which one it will return, this G or this G? If you will execute this, it will return the first occurrence. G is repeated, right? But it will always return the first occurrence. Okay, if you have a duplicate character, but index of will return the first occurrence of character. Okay, so that thing I have mentioned here. Okay, we have a last index of. Okay, last index of, so it is returning from the last. It will return from the last. Okay, so we have a index of and last index of, so it will return from the last one. Okay, that's it. This is the difference. It will return from the starting one and it will return from the last one. You can see we have a two index, the starting 0 and last one, right? So like that this method is working. Okay, we have a boolean replace all. So by using this replace all, so we have a two parameters, a string regular and a string replacement, same like that. Okay, we have seen, right, one more method. So it will replace all this by using this whatever you want to replace. Okay, you can see. So now you will execute this replace all this a is replaced with not as. Okay, so this is some inbuilt method is there in the string, but many more is there, so I will send you some link to do the practice for a string concept, this logical coding and conceptual coding. Okay, so we have a one more concept here, but if I will tell you today this concept, you guys will confuse, because two concept I already discussed. So first what you can do, first two concept, right, that diagram you have to do the practice for all that. Okay, and what is your assignment? If I will explain this